In this tutorial, I demonstrate how to use the Play on Awake feature in the inspector to play an audio file when the game starts. This is in contrast to the event, like a button click that will play a sound, or using a script, a C# script to play a sound, which I'll cover in separate tutorials. Start off by clicking on the main camera and notice that there is an audio listener here. It will be there by default. You can delete this and then add an audio listener to the player controller or any other object, but you can only have one audio listener per project. So make sure that you do have an audio listener. You can add one by clicking on Add Component, Audio, and then Audio Listener here. But you can only have one, so make sure that you delete the other audio listener. We're going to start by creating an empty by right-clicking on the hierarchy and choose Create Empty. This will create an empty game object, and we're going to relabel this Sound Manager, no spaces. And now we need to add an audio source to the Sound Manager. So click on the object and then click Add Component, Audio, Audio Source. And then notice that we have here the Play on Awake is checked. That's the key setting here, so that whatever sound we use for the audio clip will play automatically when the game starts. Now we need to get an audio source. Now we're going to import or add a sound file to the assets folder. I have some assets here already from the fantasy game effects that you have in your package that came with your hard drive. And let's go ahead and first thing you want to do is let's play these to make sure that they're working, so that if we do run into any problems later, we'll know that it's not the actual audio file. So if you click on one of the audio clips, there'll be a player down on the bottom of the inspector. If you don't see this, just drag this up and you should see the player there. And then you should hear this play back. Here's some church bells. Village sounds. So now choose one of these. I have one here that I'm going to use. It's actually game music. And I'm going to click on the Sound Manager to select it and bring it back in the inspector. And then drag your audio file right into the audio clip. And then make sure it goes in there and you can see it in there. That says game music. Now notice that you have a variety of controls here, including volume, pitch, stereo pan. Now because the Play on Awake is set, this should now just start playing when we play the game. So let's listen to it. So nothing else is in the game here, but we are hearing the music. Now you can also add a sound source to any object that you add to your game. So for example, we could add a sound object to a 3D sphere or a box. So let's go ahead and create a 3D object, cube. And then over here, add a component, and we'll add another audio source. And this time, let's use one of our ambient sound effects here so that we can get some sound playing in conjunction with the music. So we'll do the farm or the village sound. So let's choose that one and click on the cube and then drag that audio clip into the audio clip box here for the audio source. And now let's play, and now we should hear both the music and the ambient sounds of the village. Now the village sound is overpowering the music, so notice that over here in the audio source, we can turn down the volume of our ambient. You can change the pitch as well and the priority, but for now let's just turn the volume down and let's play this back, and now the music should be playing over the sound effects, which is probably more accurate. So now you can hear the animal sounds. I don't think you can hear the bell tolling in the village. So that's a demonstration of how to use the Play on Awake to play multiple sounds in your game. In this case, they'll both play when the game starts. We can also set this up when other things awaken that object. You can also turn off or make this box invisible by just turning off the mesh renderer and now you won't even see that object. But the sound audio source attached to that object will play when it awakes.